Hello and welcome to day 260, Becoming Peace, Meditation and Inspiration. The name of today's session is Your Biggest Asset. What do you believe is your biggest asset? Can I let you in on a secret? One of the biggest assets you have is in your mind. The limitations you have are only an illusion in your mind. Today, we're uncovering one of the most sought-after mysteries in all of humanity. Why can't I achieve my goals? It's all in your mindset. Your limitations are in your mind. It's that simple. So let's unlock the power of your potential today. Here we go. Sit back and rest your eyes. Take several deep breaths and begin to let go of all the tension and heaviness that you carry with you physically and emotionally all day long. Take a few more deep breaths. If you could unlock your imagination and create every detail, design your life, and make it everything you'd ever hope for, would you do it? What if you knew that what you thought about and the life you created in your mind would actually manifest itself the next hour in your physical life? How would you go about guarding your thoughts? And what would you create in your mind if you knew it would manifest itself in the next hour? What if someone told you all you have to do is imagine it and put it on paper? Would you do it? Would you really take the time to create the life you love in every category? Or would you scoff and say, that's just way too easy. That won't work. We have been so programmed to believe that success has to be difficult. Yes, there are prices to pay, but what if it really was as simple as conjuring up and creating your own life the way you want it? What if there absolutely were no limitations on what you could create? You only had to become an architect and make it so on paper first in order to have it become reality. Let me give you a scenario. When you visit a restaurant, you have to sit down and conjure up in your mind what you want to eat. First, you have to decide what it is you want. The next step is you have to say it out loud to the server so she can write down your order on paper. Then she takes it into the cook, and then the cook creates the dish, and the server brings it back out to you on a platter. No proclamation, no food delivered. It's the same way with our destiny. So if it works with food, let's apply it to our life. Can you apply these same principles to creating the life you want and love? Let's first begin by deciding what it is you want. And here's an example of just 8 categories that I personally have adopted. And you're welcome to take a screenshot if you'd like. Spirituality, personal, physical, financial, learning, joy, community, and life vision. So let's just pick one. Let's begin with finances. That's an easy one. Most people have determined at least what level of comfort they'd like to live under. So for 2 minutes, I want you to get crazy. Go all in and literally speak and claim what it is you want to the master server of the universe. Make your so-called dish or wishes known. Go ahead and I'll mind the time for a couple minutes. Okay, let's come back. I'd like you to take a look at this meme I found. What do you see? It's interesting how one person's handicaps or struggles is another man's opportunity, right? Here sits a perfectly healthy person with arms and legs, with the mindset of lack, so he's begging. But in contrast, the other individual engaged his imagination and is hauling buckets and bricks with no arms, even stacked on top of his head. Do you see what I'm talking about? It all rests in possibility thinking. Either you're looking down with the chickens, or you're looking up into the sky with the eagles, looking at the glass half full or half empty. Which one are you going to choose today? Only you get to decide. So I'm going to mind the time while you contemplate and meditate over mindset and which mindset you want to incorporate today. Is it the person sitting on the ground begging? Or is it the man carrying the bricks? I'm really anxious to know. I will mind the time until you hear a soft bell. Let's come back now. Take some deep cleansing breaths in and release through your mouth. Good. Coming back softly and gently to the present. As we bring this home, I'd like to just suggest one more simple metaphor for you to think about. When you decide to walk into a room, walk from one room into the next, what is it you have to do to get there? For me, the answer would be, I simply need to engage my mind to tell my legs to walk into the next room, or wheel myself if I'm in a wheelchair, or crawl if I don't have any way other than crawling to get there. Like, you engage your mind to get to where you want to go. If you decide you're hungry, you put a thought in your head which engages your mind to go make a potato or a sandwich. If you decide you need to go to the store, you make it happen by a thought, and the thought directs the action. This is present every single moment of your day. As I am sitting here completing this session for you, my mind is telling my body and my mouth what to do to create it. This is a true principle, and I want you to start beginning to be aware and use it to create what you want. Mindset is everything. Everything. The limitation is in your mind. Believe you can. Nothing should stop you from achieving your dreams and goals. The biggest asset in the world is your mindset. We are just not in the habit of using it to create what we want. Somehow we think that life should just be about what the wind brings to us with regards to our goals, our financial goals, our physical goals, the things that we want in our life. This is not so. You have to create it on purpose with decisions and actions and consistency. It is not easy, but it's easier than sitting on your rear begging instead of hauling bricks with your shoulders and your head. If you want something and you want it badly enough, you'll go out and you'll find a way, even with all the obstacles. Ask heaven for help. Ask heaven to help you. Ask God. He will be your best partner. I've enjoyed holding space for you today. I hope that you've enjoyed it as well. Remember to take in more light today than you did yesterday. I will be back tomorrow for day 261. Bye for now. Hello, and welcome to day 261, Becoming Peace, Meditation and Inspiration. The name of today's session is Releasing the Pressure Valve. And in today's session, we're discovering one simple, easy way you can release the lightning-infused emotions you have on some days. It's a small but simple strategy to manage your emotions and keep you from going over the edge mentally. So take a deep breath in and out. And keep breathing in and out as you settle into a comfortable posture and create some peace and resilience for you as you embark on this today. Remember to keep breathing deeply through the duration of this session and keep your back supported, your head free, and your hands resting comfortably in your lap. Some emotions carry an especially strong energy. The mind becomes highly active, and the body grows tense. This often happens when you're angry, anxious, or overwhelmed. And in these moments, you can benefit from letting off some steam. You can use this exercise to relieve pressure in the moment and bring some softness to your experience. So begin by closing the eyes and tuning in to the breath. I'd like you to fill your chest completely with air and then empty it smoothly and slowly. Take a few deep breaths like this, resting your attention on the rise and fall of the chest. Recognize what you're feeling in this moment in an effort to not own it completely or allow the feeling to consume you, but try to give it a name that evokes just a little bit of love. Somehow, if we name our emotions, they're more easily let go and they slip away a little easier. So, for example, if you're feeling angry, you may notice that angry Sally is present. Or you can give it a name like Little Fred. This will help you separate yourself from the emotion while also encouraging you to deal with it from a place of sweetness. See if you can find a location in your body where the emotion is present. You may feel tightness in the chest, or a pit in your stomach, or tension in your shoulders. Instead of trying to rid yourself of that feeling, make some space for it. Picture the emotion as a dense ball in this spot and allow it to spread out and make its way through the entire body. Keep, though, some awareness on the breath to help stabilize you during this practice. And finally, breathe in the essence of the emotion and exhale its energy out. You may picture yourself allowing the emotion to gently dissipate as you breathe. Picture yourself breathing in and out in very cold weather. You can actually see your breath. Try imagining your emotions as breath released like vapor as you breathe. Don't try to push the feelings away. Rather, gently allow them to continue on. You may even try to say goodbye to angry Sally or little Fred. I'm going to mind the time while you practice breathing in and releasing the emotion with vapor in your breath. Come back when you hear a soft bell. Okay, come back gently. Let's come back. Taking deep breaths in, releasing them out through the mouth. Coming back to the present moment as you experience this calm and this peace. May you take it with you today and know that you can use this method any time in the day that you're feeling charged emotion. Name the emotion, breathe it in, make space, breathe it out as vapor. Every tool you learn is just another way and another coping mechanism that you can use to maneuver this world that we live in. Congratulations for showing up for yourself today and learning one more tool. I hope you'll consider sharing it with someone you love. And remember to take in more light today than you did yesterday. I hope you enjoyed today. I'll be back tomorrow, and I hope you will too. Bye for now. Hello and welcome to day 262, Becoming Peace, Meditation and Inspiration. The name of today's session is When life breaks you. Today's session is a centering thought experience where a phrase or story is presented and you get to add, augment, and learn from inspiration what the God of heaven wants to infuse into your heart for learning and growing today. So let's breathe in and out. Again, breathe in, breathe out. Settle your mind. Settle your body. And settle your spirit. Make sure you're completely present in this moment with nothing else cooking in the background of your consciousness. Just come and sit here. Come and sit here with us and allow whatever comes just to be here. Close your eyes if you so desire. Rest your body and set a down-tempo tone to give yourself the permission to set everything else aside. You can pick back up whatever you need to after we're finished today. I'm inviting you to consider what these next phrases might mean for you today. I'm repeating these phrases 3 times for you. Then you get a chance to just sit in the silence and process what it means for you until you hear a soft bell. Enjoy. When life breaks you, it's because you're ready to be put back together differently. Every piece of you that feels shattered is a piece that will find a new place, a new purpose, and a new meaning. Trust that the cracks are where the light gets in. And sometimes in our brokenness, we find our greatest wholeness. We find the courage to rebuild, to reimagine, to redefine what it means to be strong. You are not broken. You are breaking through. Let me repeat that. When life breaks you, it's because you are ready to be put back together differently. Every piece of you that feels shattered is a piece that will find a new place, a new purpose, a new meaning. Trust that the cracks are where the light gets in. And sometimes in our brokenness, we find our greatest wholeness. We find the courage to rebuild, to reimagine, to redefine what it means to be strong. You are not broken. You are breaking through. When life breaks you, it is because you are ready to be put back together differently. Every piece of you that feels shattered is a piece that will find a new place, a new purpose, a new meaning. Trust that the cracks are where the light gets in. And sometimes in our brokenness, we find our greatest wholeness. We find the courage to rebuild, to reimagine, to redefine what it means to be strong. You are not broken. You are breaking through. Let's come back. Breathing in, breathing out. Breathing in, breathing out. Now, gently come back to this present moment and rest. Peace comes when I realize I'm not broken, but simply breaking through. What a beautiful paradigm to shift. May peace and light follow you today. May you celebrate your brokenness and know it's truly the way the light gets into your soul. It could get in no other way. And really, the only way. Lots of love and light. I will be back tomorrow. Bye for now. Welcome to day 263, Becoming Peace, Meditation, and Inspiration. The name of today's session is, Do You Feel Heard? Validating and listening go hand in hand. And today, we're shining some light on the importance of listening and being listened to. There's also an interesting twist and spin between two concepts you normally wouldn't put together. So you're going to want to stay with me to understand how feeling heard can affect your physical health. So let's begin. Let's breathe in and breathe out. Again, breathe in. Let's breathe out. Settle in your mind, settle in your body, and settle your spirit. Make sure you're completely present in this moment with nothing else cooking in the background of your consciousness. Just come and sit here and allow whatever comes to be here. Close your eyes if you desire. Rest your body and set a down tempo tone to give yourself the permission to set everything else aside. You can pick back up whatever you need after we're finished today. Did you know that people start to heal the moment they feel heard? It's true. Humans are wired for connection with one another, not to be in isolation. In fact, studies show that in order for someone to begin to heal from trauma or emotional distress, there must be a witness in listening, hearing, and validating the person's story and trauma. So when we talk through things that bother us, when we are able to share what's in our hearts, we're better able to move forward and begin to heal. And I don't just mean emotional healing. The healing also happens miraculously in a physical way. Cheryl Richardson said it best. People start to heal the moment they feel heard. Talking to a trusted friend, religious leader, a therapist, a psychologist, whatever you choose, is definitely a way to begin moving forward with your healing journey. Science has shown us that physical healing, cell repair, and even boosted immune function are also conditions that improve when a person's healing begins just from listening and witnessing. Emotional healing and a bonus, physical healing as well. Our meditation today is holding space for you to relax and ask yourself, who is someone I trust to be able to confide my feelings? I also want to throw out this disclaimer. Please choose your confidant wisely. Make sure your sharing is with someone who stays in the place of integrity and goodness, that they have your best interest at heart and are not running on their own agenda or some win for themselves. Sometimes when we share our feelings, it can feel gossipy or complaining. That's not the intent here. If sharing is done in the right spirit, it can be a very healthy place to process through the baggage you need to. A trusted person who has the capacity to keep your conversations confidential and does not take your situations and own them and make them their own by holding on to your stuff. They're able to listen with non-judgment. Someone who is emotionally mature and a safe place to share. So if you're in a committed relationship, please choose a person who will not get too emotionally involved and threaten your current relationships. All this goes without saying, but I wanted to make sure all things are considered as you move forward with this process in a safe way. So, with all of that, let's take some time to evaluate what might need to be shared with a trusted confidant and what person might be your safe place, as well as being aware that you may have someone in your life who shows up and needs a safe place to process as well, that you might be the trusted confidant. Are you willing to be that person that is able to walk with another and hold space for a friend in a supportive way? This skill is so important to learn, even with our children, our parents, siblings, and partners. Who can I trust to confide? And who do I need to hold space for? People literally start to heal the moment they feel heard. People start to heal the moment that they feel heard. Take a deep breath. People start to heal the moment they feel heard. I'm going to mind the time while you spend some time and moments with these thoughts. Let's come back now. Remember to breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in and breathe out. Bringing to mind what inspiration you received for yourself today. It's important to make sure you write down what you've been taught by the Spirit. And maybe even all day, you will receive little glimmers, which you might need to record and write down. You did a great job showing up today for yourself. A daily meditative practice is so amazing for your heart and soul. Consider sharing this session with someone you love. And remember to take in more light today than you did yesterday. I'll be back tomorrow. I can't wait. Bye for now. Hello and welcome to day 265, Becoming Peace Journal Meditation. The name of today's session is Be 100% Responsible. Did you know that there's a secret sauce to life? And it's called taking 100% responsibility, even when it's not your fault. Today, a full examination on what this looks like is in store for you right inside. Remember that this channel is meant to be a faith-based rest stop for your body, mind, and soul. Join me today while we set aside a few minutes to reflect, quiet your being, and commune with God. Let's take a down-tempo turn. As we begin this session today, relax in your chair with your back supported and your hands free. Take a few moments to surrender to the silence and just relax. Take a deep breath in and out. Good. What I'm about to share with you is more on the inspiration side of things today and a journal meditation. So be sure you grab your meditation journal or notebook. This information was life-changing to me a few years ago and so powerful that I converted it into several group sessions working with kids ranging from 5 to 18 years old. Several hundred kids have learned these concepts and applied them successfully to create more balance and peace in their lives. So I thought I'd share it with you as well. The source of this info was given in an address at BYU on August 22nd, 2017 by a man named Lynn G. Robbins. You can Google that. Look at BYU speeches, Lynn G. Robbins, Be 100% Responsible. But if you have a chance, I would highly recommend listening to that talk to get the entire story because it's remarkable. But it is so life-changing for me that I have incorporated what he teaches, and it really does enhance your life. How many times in your life have you yourself made excuses or been the recipient of someone else who makes a lame-o excuse? Or blamed someone so you felt better, or been blamed yourself for something you didn't even do? What about avoidance? Have you ever avoided someone or felt like someone was avoiding you? What about rationalizing or justifying actions? I know this is tough because we all do it every day sometimes. And this session is about waking up to how we place these destructive wedges into our lives and feel the pain from their presence. Then, what we can do about it. How can we rid ourselves of these anti-responsibility behaviors? So let's keep going. Take a deep breath in and breathe out. Today, I'm just going to focus on a few points to move us along with this session. I first want to introduce this wonderful anti-responsibility list. As you can see, there is everything under the sun to achieve avoidance and blame. So let's go over the list together quickly. And this is just a shortened version of the list, by the way. But it includes blaming others, rationalizing or justifying, making excuses, hiding, covering up, fleeing from or abandoning responsibility, denying things or lying, rebelling, complaining and murmuring, finding fault and getting angry, making demands and entitlements, doubting, losing hope, giving up and quitting, indulging in self-pity and a victim mentality, being indecisive or being in a stupor, procrastinating, allowing fear to rule, and enabling. So let's begin by selecting your top 3 from the anti-responsibility list. What do you find yourself going to day after day after day from this list? What are your top 3 on the anti-responsibility list? Go ahead and pause the video and write those down right now. My next question to you is, in what areas of my life do I find myself avoiding or flaking out? And again, take a moment to pause if you need to and write the answer in your journal. Next, list 2 specific things in your personal life where you can show up at a higher level. Now, list 2 specific things in your work life or your family life where you can show up at a higher level. And to close this out, answer these questions. Do I keep commitments or promises I make to myself and others? When I say I'll do something, do I actually do it? Do I depend on others to fix things for me? And when a mistake has been made, do I readily own it and fix it? So in the speech, Lindsay Robbins explained that he had worked for a Fortune 500 company and was looking into massive errors in their shipping department. Well, come to find out, the problem backed all the way up to the production of the product. It wasn't just in the shipping department. He called upon the entire team to switch up their paradigm and begin to review how they could take 100% responsibility for this massive shipping problem that the company had. And at first, everyone complained and blamed all the other workers in different departments as to why the errors were being made in the first place. It was true, each and every department played a role in the product fiascos. But when every department began to take 100% responsibility, the problems cleared up literally in no time. So I highly recommend listening to this speech, as it will be life-changing for you and even serve you at a greater level if you share this information with your kids, your spouse, coworkers, friends, whoever is close to you. Now, we've just had an opportunity to do a little bit of reflecting in our journal. Next, I'd like to set aside a few minutes and have you deeply reflect on your answers that you wrote down. What seemed to be the main thought that kept cropping up? Where is this the most prominent in your life? And what can you do to begin to commit to taking 100% responsibility for what is happening in your life? I'd like to challenge you to go back over the past 24 to 48 hours in your mind and see if some of your coping skills include any of the items on this anti-responsibility list. If the answer is yes, how can you show up at a higher level and stop complaining about things that show up in your life? What if we learned to take 100% responsibility in our life instead? Wouldn't that be a whole lot more freeing? Can you imagine how your life would up-level if you were able to feel like your own actions were the solutions to your challenges? Well, I'm going to mind the time. Enjoy this one. I'll be back in a few. Okay, let's come back now. Coming back to the present moment. I'm so grateful for this opportunity we have to learn these skills and to become up-leveled in our own lives. When I first began the process of learning how to take 100% responsibility in my own life, I offended myself very often, like every 20 or 30 minutes, as something new would crop up. Well, I can't do my laundry because the washing machine's broken. Well, a solution to that would be get in your car and go to the laundromat. I can't vacuum my floor because my vacuum doesn't work. Well, get the broom out. I don't know. I mean, do you see what I'm talking about? We just make excuses all day long for things. My family doesn't talk to me because they're jealous of me. Well, go back and make a phone call and get close interacting with your family so that they maybe don't feel that way anymore. Every time you turn around, you can make an excuse and take one of the items off of this list and blow it up and make it justification 100%. That's what we can do. We do it all the time. Minimalizing, trivializing, hiding, covering up, all these things. If the UPS man comes to the door you don't want to answer, why not? Why do we avoid? These are good questions to ask. Just making you aware of this today. It's a constant, chronic thing that we all embrace in our life. And we are on day 264. I'm not soft pedaling this, you guys. This is absolutely the reason why so many people are on antidepressants, not wanting to get out of bed, trying to blame or rationalize or justify their life. They don't have what they want because they're in a relationship that this person won't let them have it. Okay, change it up. What can you do? Let's get creative. I hope this has shown a flashlight in a dark, covered up recess closet of your life. Because this is real life. When you teach your kids about anti-responsibility listing and not participating in it, their lives will literally change. So will yours. I hope this hasn't been too harsh. Sometimes we need a little kick in the old wazoo. But I appreciate holding space for you. I love spending time with you, and I love being here with you. I hope you do too, and I hope you share this with someone who could use this information. It's powerful, very powerful. I will be back tomorrow, and I hope you will too. Remember to take in more light today than you did yesterday. Bye for now.